Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Retro, and in this video I want to talk about the games that defined my childhood. When I was a kid in the 80s and 90s, I had no internet and there were no gaming magazines around here. So the games that I got were either for my birthday, from my parents, the ones that I bought in the store myself, or that I heard friends talk about. You just played those games because you didn't know if they were any good, and even if they were bad games, you still played them, and they are what defined my childhood. I also want to know what games defined your childhood, so don't be ashamed if it was a shitty game, if it was a really bad game considering nowadays. Just be honest and show me, either on Facebook or in a video reply, what games defined your childhood and why they were so great for you. So let's first get a huge game out of the way. Pokemon Red is a game that really played a big role in my childhood. I got this game together with the game guide before we went on the holiday. And to be honest, I hardly remember anything from that holiday, except that I was in Pallet Town, I was in Cerulean City. This game was amazing. I spent so much hours playing it, and still, one of the biggest achievements in my gaming career is that I caught Mewtwo with just a Pokeball. I'm still proud of that. I think I've mentioned it before, but as a kid I never had a console. At around my 19th birthday I got my first PlayStation, and I don't count that as childhood. What I did have was a gaming PC and a Game Boy. And on the PC, one of my major time sinks was Warcraft 2. This game has amazing visuals, great units, great tech, and great gameplay. This is the pinnacle of RTSs in my opinion. I love other RTSs like Z Steel Soldiers, Command & Conquer series, and Dune, etc. But Warcraft 2 is where it's at for me. This was also the first game that I played online a lot. Through the Battle.net service, I just played countless amount of hours playing Gardens of War and other scenarios. So Warcraft 2 is definitely a game that changed my childhood. Another PC game that played a major part in my childhood was Carmageddon. When this game came out, there was a huge craze on the news and a rage of politics saying that this game had to be banned because killing humans would be a bad influence on children. This actually made me hide the game on my computer. I had it installed in a rooted folder. I had a folder called A, 1B, C, D, etc. And in folder A you'd have another A, B, C, D, and only I knew the path to get to the Carmageddon install directory. In retrospect, there was of course no reason to do that because my parents had no clue how to get to the game, but still I felt that it was really special and illegal to play this game. The game itself is a great racing game, the killing humans is a nice addition, but the thing that hit me most in the game is collecting all the cars. Like in Pokemon, I had to get all the cars and play every match with every car. This game also had a great soundtrack. This is the game that introduced me to Fear Factory, which later became one of my favorite metal bands of all time. So Carmageddon is definitely belonging in this video. The game I completed most often during my childhood is Kirby's Dream Land on the Game Boy. This cute little platformer, which is the first appearance of Kirby, manages to create a colorful world even though it's a black and white game. As I said, it's a great platforming game. Even though it lacks the ability of Kirby to suck up enemies and become them, it still was a game that just kept me going and going. From start to finish with all extras, I can play this game in under 15 minutes. That shows how much I played this game. Definitely my #1 Game Boy game of all time, so definitely one of the games that shaped me in my gaming childhood. And then, the behemoth of my childhood, Little Big Adventure 2. If Twinsen was a real guy, considering the time I spent with him, we'd be BFFs, no doubt. I know my judgment is clouded because of love and nostalgia, but Little Big Adventure 2 is definitely the best game of all time. The characters are lovable, it has a great story, the music is amazing, and it has a replay value that's amazing. I played this game tons and tons of time. Only finished it a couple of times because the end was really hard, but I just spent hours in the game just walking around, talking to people, doing stuff. It was amazing. So, these were the games that defined my childhood, but I'd love to hear what your games are. Like I said, don't be shy. If the game is bad considered to nowadays standards, just be honest, show me what your childhood was and why those games are so important to you. You can reply on Facebook, facebook.com/drretromd, or on this video by a video reply. Thanks for watching, see you next time, bye bye.